In just 2 days, you can head to the polls and make your voice heard on the Texas Tech campus. Coming up, we'll have all the details on this year's Student Government Association elections.
Students looking for alternative options for meals were given some healthy options during a special promotion last week. Find out how passersby not only had the chance to sample some tasty cuisine, but also had the chance to walk away with an amazing prize next.
And the Texas Tech softball team is making headlines in history after starting their season off in winning fashion. MCTV's Paige Sachse will be in with a look at the team's current rankings, along with scores and highlights from around Tech athletics in sports.
This is the MCTV Weekday Update.
Welcome to the Monday edition of the MCTV Weekday Update. I'm Aundrea Jackson.
And I'm Austin Seat. Starting this Wednesday, you have a chance to make your vote heard during the annual Student Government Association elections.
That's right, Austin. And to help you make an informed decision, the SGA held a special event last week to give the candidates the chance to share their ideas with the student body. Last Thursday, an executive candidate forum was held in the Sub-Matador Room at 7 p.m. Students running for president, along with the internal, external, and graduate vice president candidates, all had the chance to answer questions submitted by Texas Tech students. This year, only the president and graduate vice president positions are contested, with only one candidate running for internal and external vice president. This year, the candidates for president are David Rivero and Rafael Martinez. During closing remarks, each candidate had a chance to tell students why they should be the next student body president.
During my time at Texas Tech University, I've been involved all across campus, and through my various leadership responsibilities, SGA is really where I found my passion. Texas Tech is the most remarkable university because of its students, and our team is working very diligently to ensure that not just some, but every single Red Raider feels a part of the overall Red Raider experience.
As student body president, I would advocate on your behalf and the behalf of all students of Texas Tech University to our state senator and our state representatives to amend the Texas Constitution and allow Texas Tech access to the Permanent University Fund. This additional funding could allow us to stop relying so heavily on a private company to manage our bookstore and squeeze profits out of textbook sales. Funding that could support both undergraduate and graduate research programs. Funding that could pay for renovations to residence halls and academic buildings that so desperately need them. Funding that could reduce your cost of attendance while also simultaneously bettering the quality of your education.
Along with Rivero and Martinez, the other contested race is the graduate vice president position. The candidates for graduate VP are Avery Aiken and Adam Diskey. The two uncontested candidates are Emily Garcia, who is running for internal vice president, and Miranda Davis, who is up for external vice president. This year's SGA elections are scheduled for this Wednesday and Thursday from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. Ballots can be cast by visiting sga.ttu.edu and clicking on TTU Campus Voting near the bottom of the main page. Voting is open to all students. Along with the executive candidates, students will also have the chance to vote on representatives for the university's 10 colleges and the law school and the graduate school.
Throughout the month of March, Women's History Month is being observed throughout the United States. Here locally, one group kicked off the annual month-long observance with an important discussion. On Friday, the Women's and Gender Studies Department hosted an informal discussion in Doak Hall, room 123. The discussion was based on the article In Solidarity, How Non-Black Women of Color Stand Upon the Shoulders of Black Women by Julia Fang. During the discussion, attendees were encouraged to give their take on the article, as well as discuss the importance of the role of African American women in the United States. Friday's discussion was moderated by Dr. Aretha Faye Marbley and Dr. Jasmine Parker from the College of Education. The next scheduled event for Women's History Month takes place Friday, March 8th, during the International Women's Day. From 11 a.m. to 2 p.m., members of the tech community can stop by Doak Hall, room 123, and sign this year's pledge called Balance for Better. Those who sign the pledge are then encouraged to share their support by posting a message on social media using the hashtags IWD2019 and Balance for Better. Texas Tech's observance of International Women's Day is hosted by the Department of Women's and Gender Studies.
Students have a chance to get free stuff almost every day around the Tech campus. But during one event last week, one lucky student had a chance to win a very popular mobile device. On Wednesday and Thursday, Uncle Ben's Fit Challenge made a stop at the Sub Food Court and the market at Stengel Murdo. During the challenge, students could stop by a table and sample several whole grain meal samples featuring Uncle Ben's rice products. Once students had finished their sample, they were encouraged to post a photo of their favorite selection on social media using the hashtag Uncle Ben's Fit Challenge. Following the Fit Challenge's stop on campus, one lucky student was chosen to win an Apple Watch. The Uncle Ben's Fit Challenge was hosted by Texas Tech Hospitality Services in conjunction with representatives from Uncle Ben's.
Over the weekend, a strong cold front moved into the area, dropping temperatures from the high 70s on Friday to the highs in the 30s and 40s on Saturday and Sunday.
That's right, Austin, and we saw some of the coldest temperatures of the year earlier this morning. So what can we expect for the rest of this week? MCTV's Madison Harton joins us now with a look at the forecast. Madison?
Thanks, guys. Well, looking into today and looking at our MCTV tower cam, we can see that the clouds have rolled in thanks to that cold front, and it is freezing outside. Our highs for today are only getting up to about 32 degrees, still freezing, with cloudy and cold conditions and wind coming at about 5 to 10 miles per hour coming from the east. For tonight, the temperature is going to drop back down into the teens at 17 degrees, with mostly clear skies as the front starts to move out and still cold temperatures, with the wind coming from the southeast at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Now, looking at the South Plains as a whole, for last night, we could see that temperatures dropped all the way down into the single digits in some areas, including Plainview, north of us. For today, again, very cold temperatures. Our highs for today were only into about the 30s. And for tonight, the low temperatures are going to drop down again, back into like the teens and single digits. So we're not out of the woods yet, but the front is starting to move out of the area. For the rest of the week, we can see that for tomorrow, the high is going to be around 46 degrees, with a low of 25 degrees and a southeasterly wind at 10 to 15 miles per hour, and a Wednesday temperature with a high of 60, low of 38, and a southerly wind of 15 to 25 miles per hour with partially cloudy skies as the sun starts to move back into the area. And Thursday it's going to be very windy with easterly winds at 15 to 25 miles per hour, high of 78 degrees and a low of 47. Now, friendly reminder, Texas Tech has not canceled any classes for the week despite the cold temperatures. So though you might have cold feet about going to class for the week because it's so chilly outside, remember that unless it is officially canceled by one of your teachers or by the university itself, you still need to go to class. Don't skip just because it's a little chilly outside. Just bundle up and get your work done. Back to you.
Thanks, Madison. The Tech campus is hosting some internationally known VIPs today and later this evening. You have a chance to see them in person during a special event. Texas Tech's Office of International Affairs, along with the American Academy of Diplomacy, is hosting the 4th Annual Ambassadors Forum tonight in the International Cultural Center. This year's event features 4 former ambassadors, Ronald Newman, Frank Almaguer, Catherine Novelle, and Michael Polt. The discussion will center around the topic Nationalism and World Crisis, a discussion of America's role in international affairs.
It's obviously a very real topic for today's America and for today's world, because nationalism has been on so many people's lips, so many leaders' lips, as well as on the general population.
Tonight's Ambassadors Forum is scheduled to start at 5:30 p.m. in the ICC auditorium. Tonight's event is free and open to the public.
On Saturday, the Red Raider basketball team was only 3 games away from securing at least part of a Big 12 title for the first time in school history.
So could Tech pull out the win and continue their 6-game winning streak? MCTV's Paige Sachse is in studio with a look at highlights and more in sports. Paige?
Thanks, Austin and Aundrea. It's finally March, which means that in the next couple of weeks, college basketball teams are preparing for the big dance, and the Tech basketball team is doing just that. The team is still going strong this season, coming off the weekend with a big win against the TCU Horned Frogs. Tech came out strong in the first half, going up by 20 points against the Frogs. TCU ended up breaking down the lead to single digits in the second half, but with the help of Tyreek Owens and Jarrett Culver, the Red Raiders put the hammer down. Owens had 12 points with the game with 3 blocks and 2 assists. Culver with 15 points, 7 assists, 6 rebounds, and 5 steals. With this being the 7th straight Big 12 win, the Red Raiders are really eyeing the Big 12 title. Tech will take on the Texas Longhorns tonight at 8 p.m. at the United Supermarkets Arena for the final home game of the season. Tech baseball hit the road for the first time this season for the Frisco Baseball Classic. The Red Raiders took on Nebraska and a ranked Mississippi State. Starting out with Nebraska, the Red Raiders were stuck in a pitching duel, meaning the bats were definitely not hitting so well. It ended in a 2-1 defeat. The Red Raiders also came up short against the number 9 ranked Mississippi State Bulldogs on Saturday. They were limited to just 3 hits in the game, and Gabe Holt and Dylan Noisy were the only 2 on the team that had hits that day. The game ended in a tough 4-2 loss. Up next, the Texas Tech baseball team travels to California to take on San Diego State tomorrow at 8 p.m. Could the Lady Raider softball team be the next program to find success? We are looking at a very impressive start for the Tech softball team. They are now 17-1 on the season and ranked in the top 25 in the USA Today poll and ranked 19th and 25th in the Softball America and USA Softball rankings. Some key players that you will definitely need to look out for is Jessica Harwell. She was named an All-American player and leads the team in almost every category. This year, she is batting .345 so far, a very impressive start to the season. Trinity Edwards leads the team with 3 home runs and 12 RBIs. Heaven Burton leads the team in batting average with a .436 and with 6 stolen bases so far on the season. Aaron Edmondson is one of the team's best pitchers with a 1.96 ERA and has a no-hitter already on the season. The Red Raiders look like a postseason team, and if that happens, it will be the first time for the team to make a postseason appearance since 2012. The softball team will be back in action tomorrow here in Lubbock at the Rocky Johnson Field against UTEP at 2 p.m. The NFL Combine was this weekend and finishes off today. There are a couple former Red Raiders that were invited to the Combine. The names may sound familiar to you: linebacker Dakota Allen and receiver Anton Wesley. Dakota checked in at 6'1", 235 pounds, and ran a 4.76 40-yard dash. He's now ranked 24 out of the 116 linebackers. Anton Wesley checked in at 6'4" and 206 pounds, and both players are representing Texas Tech well and are looking forward to the NFL Draft on April 26th. That's all for sports. Back to you, Aundrea and Austin.
Thanks, Paige. So, Austin, can you believe it? Spring break, 4 days away.
I cannot believe it, and I'm so ready to go to Colorado for the week. What about you?
I'm actually going to an educational conference in D.C., so wish me luck.
That'll be fun.
That's all for today's edition of the MCTV Weekday Update.
Thanks so much for joining us, and be sure to check ttuhub.net every day for more news. We'll see you this Thursday.